happening around? What do
Yeah,
you see?
I see you're out on the water and I can see dolphins and even mermaids.
Beautiful. What do the mermaids look like?
And just that scene from The Little Mermaid when you see like King Triton in the water with all with all his crew, I guess you could say. It's kind of like
Is
that.
is the king there too?
He wasn't at first, but he can be now.
Nice. Well, let's take a moment and send love to everybody that's here to welcome you. I'm going to send love as well. And tell me if you can see it coming in and does everybody accept it?
Yes,
And what does that look and feel like?
just overall happiness being here today.
Beautiful. You're doing great. All right, I want you to continue on walking down this beach. And as you walk, you're going to notice in front of you a golden pyramid is going to appear. It's going to be kind of like an elevator. And this pyramid is going to be your protection as you travel through, time and space for your journey today. I want you to see yourself step into this pyramid, and it is welcoming and it is light to the touch. And as you step inside, it's going to become invisible all around you. And tell me if you can see any of this happening.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Now remember, this pyramid is going to be around you from beginning and end, and it will be invisible and light, and it'll be like it's almost not even there, but it is there. Okay? All right, wonderful. So see yourself walking down this beach, and you're going to see a path is going to appear to your left. This path can be any kind of path you can imagine it. It could be a yellow brick road. It could be lined in crystals, diamonds, glow sticks, whatever you can imagine. This is your magical path, and this path is going to lead you down to a waterfall. So see yourself walking down this path, and as you do, the flowers are going to bloom around you, and greenery is going to pop up all around you, and you're going to come to this area that's kind of like an oasis. It's got this waterfall, trees, kind of like a jungle feeling, and it's going to be so magical and beautiful. And tell me if you can see this,
Yes.
and tell me, how does this feel and look to you?
Yes. It's very fairy-like, um, kind of like a scene out of Lord of the Rings with elves like with tree houses and glowing lights, and in the center is a waterfall.
Mm. Do you really see elf houses and stuff on there and fairies?
Yeah. Yeah. I use it in my meditations too.
Well, let's go ahead and take a moment and send love to everybody here. Let's send love and say hello.
And they're all waving from the treetops.
I love Wonderful. So this water is magical. This is organic, clean, magical water. See yourself going into this water. You can take a bath, you can dip, you could drink it, you could do whatever you want. This water is healing. And I want you to tell me if you're able to do this and how does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. It's cooling. Um, and I'm back floating.
That's what I would do. Now, I want you to look down at the bottom there. You're going to see something shiny. There's going to be maybe, something magical for you. It could be anything, crystals, it could be a trinket, it could be a message in a bottle. It literally could be anything. But this is going to be specially for you, and it's a gift. And you never know who it's going to be from. So I
Mhm.
want you to go into the water and look around and see if you see anything that catches your eye and tell me, what do you find?
Yes, I see a crystal. It's
Mhm.
glowing.
Ooh, what color is this crystal?
So it ranges from pink to purple and
Ooh,
blue. Yeah.
Ooh, beautiful. All right, so this is your special gift for you. I want you to bring it back up with you out of the water, and you're going to look around. There's going to be a big rock there with a little box, a gift for you. And inside this box, there's going to be a satchel. And you can put your crystal in your satchel so you'll have it with you all the time. You can wear it around your neck. You can put it in your pocket. It could be a fanny pack. It could be whatever you can imagine carrying your stuff. So let me know if you see a rock with a box yet, and describe everything you see.
Yeah. It's like a rock. It's very much like an altar with three, like the big big rock in the middle and then the smaller rocks on the side. And then the table has the box, and in the box is very soft leather, almost like Native American made satchel, and I can put my crystal in there, wear it around my waist.
Wonderful. So remember, you will always have this with you. So when you're meditating, you can imagine yourself with your satchel and you can pull your crystal out. And hopefully we find some more information about your crystal. But we're going to continue on your journey because we'll save that one for later because you never know why you got it. So I want you to see yourself walking down this path that's going to continue on down into a big open field, where it's in the same area. We don't want to get too far away from the elves and the fairies, but it's in the same area, and maybe like behind where you saw them, maybe you travel behind or something, and you can see more trees. But I want you to imagine a field of flowers. So I don't know if the fairies are going to join you, or if everybody's going to follow you, or if they carry you there. Who knows what's going to happen? But I want you to see yourself in this field, and the flowers are going to be all around you, and they're going to be swaying to the wind. And I want you to imagine yourself there, swaying back and forth and dancing with these flowers. And I want you to tell me if you can see this happening and if you can tune in and hear the flowers singing.
Yeah, so the elves are staying on the edge of the meadow in the woods observing, but the fairies are coming in with me to the meadow. And it's wildflowers and heather, very tall, so it like comes up to my waist. And so I can feel like I can be one with them and sway with them. And then the flowers singing sounds different than I thought it would. It doesn't sound like human voices. It sounds
Mhm.
like a tinkling sound, but sustained. I don't know how to describe it.
Everybody hears it differently. Some people hear music playing, some people hear instruments, some people hear frequencies. This is your special connection with the flowers. So, however they want to present their sound to you is how you get to experience it.
Yeah,
So,
a frequency that describes it well.
mhm. I want you to imagine yourself there. I want you to imagine behind you, there's going to be a harp. See yourself playing your harp with the flowers and tell me what happens. Does anything happen?
We harmonize, but we can like, it's like playing in the pentatonic scale where like every note sounds good together. So we're all
Mhm.
able to like join in, and it's harmonic and beautiful and very peaceful. It feels like we're coming together as one symphony kind of thing.
Mm, beautiful. And how do you like that moment? How does that feel?
It feels like home.
Wonderful. All right. So now we're going to say thank you to them, and we're going to send them love and gratitude, and we're going to say goodbye for now.
Goodbye for
And
now.
you can always connect with them anytime, but we have an amazing journey for you today. So we have to keep going. Otherwise, we could stay here for a long time. So we're going to continue on down this path. And as you walk down this path, it's going to go downhill. And when it does, the sun is going to start to fall and go down, down, and the moon is going to come up and it's going to light up everything around you. Everything is going to glow. And your crystal could even guide you if you need like a flashlight. I don't know how bright it is, but you're going to see yourself walking down this path and it's going to lead to an open fire. And this fire is going to be like a campfire. And sometimes I like to say, there might be a chair there for you, but we'll say if there's anybody there who wants to make themselves known to visit you, like a loved one, this would be their opportunity to make themselves known. So if you're going to connect with anyone in this moment, let there be more than one chair appear for you. So as you're walking to this fire, tell me, what do you see and how many chairs are there, if there's any?
Yeah, so the moon is reflected on a very still, like just water, and the campfire is near it. And there's like multi-level like long log seats, like one would sit like on a long log around a campfire, but they're kind of set up like as stairs would, so people can sit at different levels. So it doesn't feel like I can count the chairs because it's just really open to whoever wants to sit, because there's one, two, three, there's three like sets of these stair areas. Um, that's what I have so far.
Like bleachers?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, hold on. Let's see. I have a feeling. Let's see. Let's see who materializes, who shows up. Let's see if these are your guides or ascended masters. Let's see if they come first. Who's there? Is it somebody like that, or is it ancestors? Let's see who shows up. Let's send love to the fire. Send love to the fire. And put your hands near the fire. This fire cannot hurt you. It is magical. This is source love. And when you connect with this fire, you connect with source, creator. So imagine yourself getting your hands near the fire. You can feel the warmth against your skin. It cannot burn you. It cannot harm you in any way. And tell me if you're able to do this.
Yeah, it feels so good. I first initially got um, elementals and even dryads when I was leaving the tree area, and coming down to the campfire. And then I get my grandma and my ancestors. I get both of my grandmas, um, and ancestor lines there. Though I may not know them personally, like in this life, but I still feel, I sense like generations kind of feeling. Um,
You Let's go ahead and take a moment and send them love. Acclimate into the space. Take a deep breath in and just relax and just send love and gratitude to everybody who shows up today. And let's see if they make themselves more known.
uh, there's a figure that I'm uncomfortable with. Um, and I think it's a past life that I'm struggling to accept. Um,
Well,
German
they're
German
here,
Nazi, yeah, they're there
they're
too.
here in the sacred circle, so they
Okay,
must have a message for you. So
okay,
this is where your healing gets to come in.
okay.
Okay. So just go ahead and relax. You're going to finally get some deeper answers to all of this. So let's see. Let's start with the uncomfortable one first. Let's connect and say hello and see why they're here.
The generations and ancestors are just here and thanking me for help with healing an ancestry line. Grandmas feel very much like they are with me a lot, almost as guides. If not, they are guides. Um,
Okay. Let's connect with one. Let's see. Who's the first one you'd like to connect with?
my grandma, Dorothy.
All right, let's connect with Dorothy and say hello, Grandma Dorothy, and
Hello,
see yourself walking over to her, give her a hug.
She's wearing her pearls and her blue blouse with navy blue and white polka dot blouse.
Beautiful. And what message does she have for you? Ask her thank you for coming, and what can she tell you?
Like, I'm so proud of you, honey. She gives me a hug. And she knows I miss her a lot. And I didn't get a chance to say um, goodbye before she passed, but she's always with me, is what she says.
Ask her, does she know that you wanted to say goodbye? Did she get that message?
Did you know I wanted to say goodbye? She's like, oh, yes, she knew.
All right, so see, she did get it.
Okay.
What would you like to ask her or say to her? Now's your opportunity.
So I know things were kind of estranged between us when I sent my dad to prison and the whole abuse thing and allegations. And I know it tore you into two different or even more pieces just because you didn't know who to support. She's saying that she's sorry that she didn't support me more, but she is now. She's saying I'm making up for that by supporting you now.
Can
Um,
you tell her in which way she's doing that you can
by being a
feel?
guide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And not just for me, but she's like trying to still like work on our family as a whole. Uh, with angels, I feel like assistance, like, but she very much involves herself in that work on the other side. Like that's what she's doing right now. That's what's like occupying her energy at this time is sending healing to our family as a whole.
Beautiful. Does she have anything to say to your dad for what he's caused and done?
Let me see. And I went to a psychic development class, and in that class, it was previously she came through saying that she wasn't happy that he was in her house because that's the property she left in her name, and now he's living there, and she's not happy with that it has changed. Uh, but she understands that's where he needs to be in order to not harm others.
Okay.
Uh, so it sounds like it feels like a bit of a sacrifice in a way. Um,
Mm,
and I'm asking her because it was my favorite childhood place to be was going up to her house. Is there any way we'll be able to have that space again? Um, so I would just want to tune in and see what she says. Not while he's here, she says, obviously. Um, she's reiterating that it's just such a family. She's showing me like tug of war, like we're all trying to fight for that place. Her other daughters, their children, so my cousins and things like that, all of it is like just so involved. she's like, I will help you create another space that is uh, less involved with that struggle, that family like tug of war feeling. And she's like, the energy isn't the same since she's left, obviously, because she was a big part of that, filling that space. And so she wants to help create another gathering place that has a lot of that similar energy. I see my sister and I like looking for things to decorate this place that remind us of her, or maybe that we get items returned to us somehow. I'm not sure 100% on that, but
Wonderful.
I'm
Can we try something? While you're there talking to your grandmother, let's see if we can call in the higher self of your sister, if she could come in and join you. And if
okay.
she does, she'll appear there.
Okay.
And let me know if she does.
Yeah, there she is.
You want to give her a hug?
Yeah. Her bright light, it feels like it's returned. What I remember her as. She's silly and funny and makes me laugh.
Can you ask your grandmother if she could help her and find out what is going on with her? Or what would you like to ask grandmother? Well, so she could tell her higher self there. That way her higher self can relay it to her 3D body. I know you want to help your sister.
Yeah.
See if she has some words for her.
Okay. I feel that my grandma is with her higher self, definitely working as part of that whole like healing the family thing. It's like she's a whole section of that, you know?
Oh,
Uh,
for sure. Yes. But I know your sister is struggling in this life. And I know we're gonna do some healing, but if your sister ever gets to listen to this, what message could she give her?
so it sounds like she definitely took on the heaviness of the addiction side of healing theme wise in this life. Um,
Ask your sister's higher self, ask your sister there if she would like some healing, if she would allow some healing.
yeah, she says, oh, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. We're gonna do some magic. Um, all right, you tell her to stand by. Tell her don't go nowhere.
Okay.
Stand by because
Go
we're
anywhere.
about to do some really cool stuff.
Okay.
Um, I want you to look at your other grandmother and what do you have to say to her? Give her a hug and a kiss. And what
And
does she have to say to you?
I just want to say I'm sorry we weren't close in in real life down here, but I know that you had a part to play in a lot of my understanding about mental illness. She she says, even though I feel and saw her pain with being mentally ill, she said, I was happy though. That's what she said, which boggles my mind.
Well, this world is pretty heavy, and if you can escape this world, you never know where she was. Ask her, where was she when she was in her mind? Did she travel off planet or where was she?
Yeah. Uh, she's like, I was with my angels, is what she said. That's why she liked going to the temple, the Mormon temple, is it kind of gave her that angelic feeling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Does she have anything to say? Does your sister have anything to say to her?
the same thing I said. I'm sorry, Grandma, that we didn't have a chance to get closer in this life.
She feels the same way as you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And who else is there in your on your ancestor side that you guys need to say hello to? Make sure you hug every. Well, you don't want to hug. I don't know if what you want to do. If you might hug everybody, let's find out about that Nazi person. Let's
Yeah,
find out his story. Is it a guy or a girl?
it's a guy,
What does
and
he look like?
blonde, young 20s, mid 20s, uh, fear of authority. He had a lot of fear of
Ask his
speaking
story.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he felt a lot of guilt over the things that he was told to do, and he ended his life uh, based on that guilt. I felt like he was an only child, so there was a lot of pressure from his father in his life to do and represent, adhere to authority. And so that I'm feeling that there was a lot of that pressure. And so he is there um, as well. I just don't like to accept it as a past life because,
Ask him if that's your connection. Are you connected to him as a past life, or is this an ancestor that's connected to you?
okay, I'm having trouble.
He's not answering. Okay, that's fine. No worries. No worries. It's okay. Um, is there any other ancestors there that you see?
I feel like unfortunately my dad is there.
What does he have to say? Why did he show up? Let's find out.
Okay. Well, he did say I'm sorry. He doesn't really want to be like stomping in or anything. It's just kind of like a gentle reminder, like, I am here. And he did say I'm sorry. So at least there's that.
Okay. I'd like to try something.
Okay.
I'd like to call in Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. I'd like for you to come in and join them there at the fire. Tell me if you can see or sense his presence.
Yes.
Okay. And what does that look like? What does his energy look like?
It's just very bright pillar of light and tall and brighter than the fire.
All right, wonderful. So, Archangel Gabriel, please, brother, I love, honor, and respect you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing yourself. I would like for you to help this family heal. There's a lot of darkness in their family. I would love to be able to send some light down their ancestral line on both sides of their family. Can we do that, please? And if we could do that, can we do that now? What do you pick up from him?
Oh, so much peace. Uh, my ear had a little indentation of pressure, which always indicates to me that spirit is nearby. And it was my left ear. And then I felt this wash, very quick, but wash of just uh, like higher self peace, you know.
Yes. And what do your ancestors look like? Your dad and everybody, are they still there? Are they feeling this, and your sister as well?
They look like their heads are bent down in prayer and hands kind of crossed together.
Wonderful. I'm going to ask Archangel Gabriel to send another beam of love light through your ancestral line, blasting those lines, making them golden, 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 right? Tell me if there's any change, anything different.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels a lot better. It feels like some of them might feel like they're like, thank you, and that's what we came for. And then they're kind of like, see ya. Kind of like,
Now we go.
they're like leaving the circle now, feeling like we're good, you know?
Yes, let's do that. Let's blast one more time so that way they all can return to where they need to be, filled with love. And let's also surround each of them with bubbles of love, light, as well as they go. They are all safe and protected and they can start healing.
The bubble went around my dad and he felt good to leave too. My grandmas want to stay though.
Okay, they can stay. They don't have to go. What about your sister? I would like for her to hang
Oh,
out. Where
yes.
does she?
Yeah, she's there too.
Okay, tell her to hang out. We want her
I
to
know.
hang
Please
out.
hang
Okay, so that's wonderful. So now what I want you to do, and see if your sister will follow you as you do this as well. I want you to imagine yourself reaching your hand into that flame and pulling out a spark of flame, and it's going to sit on your hand and then it's going to dance and move and tell me if you can see this. Did your sister do it too?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's have her do it. Okay.
What color is your flame?
It's white with the orange and red at the tips, at the top of the flame.
Okay, and what about your sisters?
I want to say white at the base and then yellow at the tips. And there's a little bit of like bluish violet in there too.
Okay, cool. All right, so now I want you to imagine both of you putting your hands together, palm to palm, and this flame is going to grow, it's going to get bigger. And then I want you both to spread your arms out completely side to side, spread your arms like your wings, and your whole body is going to be engulfed with this flame. And tell me if you can see this.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Now I want you to push your hands back together in prayer position. And when you do, the flame is going to go inside your hands and it's also going to ignite your second heart. For we have two hearts. We have a physical heart and we also have a little energetic heart. And so I want you to feel that activate and tell me if you can feel it.
Yeah. Yes.
And your sister, did she do that
Yes.
too?
Uh-huh.
That's your sister. How does that feel for her?
It's just like, this is cool.
Wonderful.
Gonna make
Awesome.
a joke of it.
All right. So now I want to take you aboard my ship where I have my med beds with my crew. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
And I want to take your sister with us. So we're gonna try this. We're gonna see if she'll get to go. Ask her if she's ever been on a spaceship.
She's like, okay. Kind of like, let's try this out. Yeah. She's
Okay.
fine. As long
So
I'm holding her hand and she feels safe.
okay, beautiful. So while you're sitting there, you're going to see it, it already knows that you want to come. So you're going to see a beautiful crystal spaceship is going to start to come in and it's going to land down in front of you guys. And let me know when you can see it coming in.
Yes.
And how does it look? Can you describe it?
Yeah, it's like ethereal. It's like solid but not solid. It's very iridescent.
Wonderful. Can you see people inside in the windows waving to you?
Know why it just like turned into a plane for some reason.
Oh, okay. I was
When I
gonna
thought of the windows, I thought of a plane, so it like switched into a plane form, but
bit more for you. That's funny. Okay.
I know.
So I want you to see it come down to the sand and it's going to land down at where you are on the ground. And the door is going to open and I am going to come out And behind me is going to be my team. So they're going to be super excited to meet you and greet you guys. So it's going to be a welcoming party. They might even have something cool for you guys to come on board. But I want you to tell me if you're able to see any of this happening.
Yes.
And what do you see?
I see you with your long hair. That's pretty.
Thank you.
And your team behind you. There's some tall beings, taller than
Really?
I'm used to seeing.
Oh, yeah? How tall?
I don't know, like basketball, crazy tall, like, some of the NBA players. I don't know, they're like that tall, you know what I mean?
Can you tell what they look like? Do you see bodies at all, or what do you see?
Yeah. Um, one is like a pillar of light. Another one maybe has that bluish, very light, pale blue skin.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm gonna come and everyone's gonna give you guys a hug and greet you and welcome you onto our ship and tell me if this happens.
Yeah, and handshakes too.
Nice. Okay, so go ahead and you and your sister and your grandmas, if they want to come, are they looking at all of this? Are they sitting there like, what's just happened?
They say they don't want to be distracting to me, so they want to be staying by the fire while I go.
Okay,
Um,
we'll come back. They want to
I-
hang out. You know what we'll do? We'll put a little hut there, which would have like a anything that they need. If they're thirsty, if they're hungry, and they can help themselves, if they want entertainment,
yeah,
it'll happen for them. And maybe when we come back, they'll have a story for you.
right. They're like, we'll just catch up on our grandma Gab.
Good. We'll let them hang out. Okay, so see you and your sister joining my team on the ship, and let me know what happens as you enter. Describe everything that happens along the way. You are doing fantastic.
Hmm. I'm getting that first impression of like, wow, it's a TARDIS. Like, it's so much bigger inside than it looks like on the outside. And it's very bright and like modern and like very minimalist. But like, clean lines, comfortable places to sit. It feels more like a room than a ship almost, it's uh, yeah. So I see these like really comfortable cushioned benches, very modern looking.
Mhm.
I'm wanting to sit on one, so
Okay.
my sister and I are sitting on one.
Wonderful. And now we're going to prepare for takeoff. And so we're going to travel somewhere. Where would you like to travel to? Do you want to see any of your lives? Do you want to travel somewhere new while you get your healing? This is your opportunity on a spaceship, and the universe is big. This is your opportunity, to be Elon at his game. You can be anywhere you want to be. Where would you go?
So many places.
You could also,
Um,
I also used to have people just take like a solar trip around the solar system as well if you want to do stuff like that. Or it's a good place to start if you don't know.
First I want to see Earth, like from space perspective.
All right, sounds good. So the version of me there, I like to name her Misty just to give her a name. And so Misty is the commander of the ship, and she's going to take you off planet. We're going to leave off of Earth. Um, and so what I want you to do is just get a good look out the windows as you're traveling and describe everything that happens. So the ship is going to get programmed. The ship is named Tandoori. So if she introduces herself to you, she might tell you to take off your shoes unless you're still barefoot from the beach. but you never know what's going to happen on the ship. So you're going to see the ship go up, up, up off planet, slowly and surely off planet, and you're going to see everything very clear as you're going up. And I just want you to describe everything that you see, feel, and everything that happens, okay?
Yeah. So just kind of seeing that single zoom point, and then you see, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then suddenly it's like our whole planet, and it's just like, wow, like down to like a single person point of view all the way to space and seeing the planet, and seeing it in motion. I think that's the coolest part, is like it's not like a standstill picture of Earth that we see in books. It's actually in motion as I'm seeing it, which looks even cooler in real life. Like clouds moving, and like you're seeing atmosphere take place, active atmosphere.
Mhm.
And
Do
the
you
blue,
oh,
just the blue is crazy. It's just so intense from the water.
mhm. Do you see a ball or do you see a plane? Is it flat? What do you see?
No, it's just like, yeah, it's like a sphere, like a sphere, and it has a hum to it too. I can feel like I can almost hear the frequency, the hum of Earth as well. Um, and it's bright, like there's so much like light on it, which is pretty amazing too. I
What?
feel like a love for the planet,
Mhm.
and kind
What
of
do you think?
sympathy, like an empathic feeling of like all she's been through with us, doing what we do to her. So, yeah.
And your sister, what does she say about all this?
Oh, yes. I don't know. It's weird sort of merging. I feel like it's like we're one mind, and it's like having the same thoughts, kind of. It's like I don't have to ask her. She's thinking the same thing as me.
Right. Okay. All right. So how do you feel about seeing what you're seeing? Are you far enough out that you can see it, or what
Oh, yeah.
do you see any other planets around you, or the moon or the sun?
I sense the sun, yeah, because that's where the light obviously is coming from and
Mhm.
shining on the earth.
Okay. Well, while you're floating out there, let's see if we can start some process. Let's get you on a tour around the ship. Misty is going to come to you and ask you if you would like a tour, and tell me when she does that.
Yes, and we're like seriously jumping up and down and clapping, like we're seriously excited about it.
All right, well, take me on the tour. Where do you go and what do you see? And do you try any food along the way and all that good stuff?
Yes, I want to see the bridge. Basically the helm, right?
And what is everyone wearing? What is my team and I wearing, by the way?
Some white, some like a silvery, purpley bluish suit if they want to. It's like a bodysuit, really, like down to the wrists and down to the ankles if one. But you're not wearing that. You're wearing like very natural textiles, like linen, like robe almost. It looks like there's some detail of like necklaces or stones or things like that, bracelets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And do you see on the floor, is there the CCs on the floor, the emblem, the ship's emblem or anything like that? Do you see anything around that says our ship's name or anything? Or emblem?
Um, I feel like the floor is like that shiny black uh,
Mm.
floor, but it can, if you wanted to be transparent where you're looking, you can like think it and it'll happen and then go back to black. Like if it anything can be changed. It's very like morphing based on telepathic thought. Like if you want to look out, suddenly that wall is like not there and you can just see out. Like uh,
What?
there can be structure and there can be an elimination of it if you want a better viewpoint, is what I'm
Mhm.
getting.
Yes, the Pleiadian ship, high technology, has a way of manifesting instantly.
Yes, exactly that. It's just based on comfort needs and to eliminate fear of any kind.
Mm.
So whatever is most comfortable. Emblem, I'm trying to, I don't know. I mean, I'm getting the Phoenix, but I don't know if that's because that's what I was told. Um,
You should see it on the wall. If you see it, it'll be
yeah,
really big and it might move. They said it moved or something. I don't know. What do you
yeah,
see?
that's there too. I mean, that's initially what I got was that Phoenix, like you said.
Okay, good to know. So you're definitely on our ship. So have them take you around the ship, and you want to get to the point where you're at the where the med beds are. So
Okay.
just go on a walk and describe everything you see.
Okay. So at the helm, like I said, there can be seats. It's more like they're controlling the ship not with buttons and steering wheels, but with thought and intention, like highly focused thought. So it's like they don't want to be distracted in a sense that they are just using their focus a lot on that's how the ship is controlled. But there are certain like invisible screens that they can bring up and see things if they wanted to, like stats or something like that in a physical sense. Um, and maybe there's a captain. I'm getting that feeling. Um,
Captain,
yeah, I just get like a feeling of someone that's a little bit more in charge, I guess. Of
is it
just the
alien?
what's that?
Would it be alien or extraterrestrial being? Like a
It appeared human to me, but it could be. Um, it feels male in energy.
see if you can connect and ask him his name. Say hello.
Captain Thrimic? I don't know.
Where's
Um,
he from? I didn't know he was on my ship.
uh, um, no, it's definitely extra ET being, but it's appearing human to me. Um,
Okay.
I'm hearing Antari. I don't know what that means.
Antari. Okay.
Yeah, maybe if that's where like he's from or something. But
Interesting.
he's being very much like observation mode kind of thing. Maybe for
Hmm.
studying. I don't know.
How funny. Okay, cool. We'll find out about him later. Um, let's see if we can get to closer to the med beds.
Okay.
Where else do you get to go? I know that there's like stairs there and all this
Yeah, I
other
was gonna
stuff.
say I just saw stairs and it's like on the next level. So we can take those stairs and go up. Um, and the med beds are kind of like in these separated rooms, but the rooms have like a big doorway and a big window in them so you can see like right into them. So
Hmm.
they don't feel like closed in rooms at all. It's all very open.
Okay.
Fancy.
Rachel is our medic on board, so she will be there probably in the room there to greet you guys and let me know if you see her.
Yeah, she's taking the appearance of the same Arcturian with the that appeared to me when I did my med bed too, like what I talked to you about before this. She's the same, like dark brown hair back in a French braid, wearing that white coat and in her 20s. Anyway, very pleasant, very friendly.
Mhm. Wonderful. Let's see if we can get you and your sister to get in one of these med beds so you guys can start some healing.
Yeah, so they just like seriously morphed the room whoop like that, and like suddenly two beds are in there.
Oh, nice.
Okay, you guys need a combined
Mhm.
room there. Okay.
Well, you both have similar trauma.
Yeah.
All right. And so let me know what the med bed looks like and feels like.
It's mostly white. There is some black just like in the
Mhm.
interior like structure part of it. I feel like there's like this half head dome thing over, but it's like open in the body, but it just covers like over the head part, like to about here. But it's like really big. Like I don't feel claustrophobic in it or anything.
Oh,
And the sheets are very like it's just white and soft. There's a pillow. Very futuristic looking.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right. Are there crystals anywhere on that med bed?
hmm.
Or is it a different med bed?
Now I
What is
can see that they can be like on the sides, but I'm seeing them as a hologram for some reason.
okay.
Like a line of crystals, but they're hologrammed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But they're saying there's crystals within the actual hood part of the med bed. Um,
Okay.
yeah. It's almost like there's a screen too. Like I can lay on the med bed and I can just like watch the screen that is above me.
Wonderful. All right. How does your sister feel about being in this med bed?
She's fine. She's like, I can take a nap.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to have Rachel program these med beds to give you, to scan your body and to start giving your body what it needs. We're going to let the med bed do its job for a minute. And I just want you to relax and take it all in. And I'm just going to give you, a few moments to take it in, and then I'll ask you some more questions. So let's just let you enjoy it for a moment.
It has a nice vibration.
And tell me, what do you sense happening? And what are you picking up from the med bed? Is it telling you anything? Or is Rachel saying anything?
Yeah, so she's kind of like behind us. So as to not disturb and just kind of do her thing. And then my sister and I can reach out and hold hands if we want. And then there's this nice, like, warming vibration, with a nice comforting hum. And it just like overall massages like from head to toe. I don't know, it feels like it's like warming up or something, but it feels really good. And then I see this scanning, kind of like initial scanning going on,
Mhm.
and it's above me, and it's just like a scan light, and it's just moving from like head to toe and back up again, just repeating,
All
gathering
right.
information or warming up.
Well, while you're laying there, you can program your bed to put on some amazing frequency music for you as well. You guys can enjoy some music if you like, and tell me if you hear anything.
Yeah, like just really etheric singing, harmonic singing. It's really pretty. Sounds
Wonderful.
sounds angelic.
Wonderful. Right. So while that med bed is scanning you, is this a good time that I can talk to your higher self?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So you just go ahead and you continue there with your sister, get your med bed healing, and I'm just gonna check in with your higher self and see if we can do some more, get some more assistance. And don't forget, Archangel Gabriel's presence is also with you. I'm sure he comes and goes, so he's there as well. So at this time, I'd like to be able to speak to the higher self of Rebecca. The higher self of Rebecca, I would like to speak with you, please. Is this a good time to speak with you? And do I have a connection?
Yes, of course. We are happy to be with you today.
Oh, wonderful. I love, honor, and respect you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Higher self, is there a name that you go by that I can call you?
Sheena.
Oh, beautiful. I love that name. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for connecting with me, Sheena. So, as you know, I have a bunch of questions for you. I know um, that you, of course, had to have brought her here for a reason. Tell me, Sheena, was this all divinely planned?
Yes, and she knows.
Sorry, it took me forever to get back to my email, but I need an assistant. Were you patiently waiting for me to respond, or
It
did
was
you give
all
me a nudge?
it was all fine. The divine timing.
Wonderful. Well, I am super excited to have her here. I know that she is looking forward to this. So, um, before we begin, she is there with her sister because her sister is being troubled like she is with this past trauma that they've experienced. Can you just explain to her why her father and this other guy showed up at her fire, at her sacred fire? Did they desperately want some healing, or what was the reason for them being there?
Yes, the German soldier, young man, he is there for healing, for forgiveness.
Mhm. Did she have a connection with him? Did she have a past life with as him or anything like that?
Feeling a split.
A fractal?
Mm-hmm.
So her experience now is connected to his experience. And that is why he showed up for healing.
Yes, there's this immense density of self-hatred with him that she brings into this life.
Oh, okay.
Very
Now,
dense.
at the fire with Archangel Gabriel, were we able to help him a little bit with that?
That he is acknowledged his, you could say, karmic, what he brings is still heavy, weighs on her. Yes,
Yes.
it weighs very heavily on her.
Okay. Can we remove that now, or did it cause any harm to her? What did that do to her?
She carries that self-hatred into this life.
Hmm.
Uh,
Did that cause like an entity
there
attachment?
is less, no, it's more like a lesson of learning self-compassion. Uh, that's still, it's being worked out in this incarnation.
Okay. Um,
Um,
is it possible with her med bed there? Can we remove that density of self-hatred and replace it with self-love and anything else that she might need?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do that now, please. Um, do you also need Archangel Michael to come in, or Archangel Gabriel, or anybody else to help assist?
Bring them all in.
Right. I know that she felt connected to Buddha. I have not had the pleasure of connecting with Buddha yet, but is Buddha able to come in as well?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Let's bring in the whole team. Let's bring in all um, her benevolent ancestral team for her to come in. And if we can also possibly have her sister's higher self team as well, because her sister, I'm sure, is here and is willing to get this done as well. Can we have them come in too?
Yes. Yes.
All right, beautiful. Let's just fill this room up with their presence. I'm going to send in love to everybody, and I'm sending that now. And I would like for you higher self to help her program this and with Rachel there, she can help her program her med bed. And if you can remove this feeling of self-hatred and let me know if you're able to scrape all of that out of her vessel, and if we can collect all of that feeling and gather it and somehow get rid of it, dissolve it, what can we do with that?
Yes. There's much guilt for the people he hurt in the camps, um,
Can
in the
send some
chamber.
love and healing to all those people that he hurt.
Yes.
Can we do that now?
Yes.
Let's send love for everyone that he hurt. Is he able to pull all his energy out from them?
Yes. And he says that he only did it out of fear. He didn't want to do it, but he had to do it because he felt compelled. He would have been killed if he didn't. So there's that a lot of that authoritarian fear.
Yes. Let's
Uh,
go collect all that fear, collect all of that, and let's gather it all so that she no longer can, feel that in her body. She doesn't need that. And we can help him begin to start healing, because that is such a horrible place and position to be put in. And so many people have been put in that position.
that's why it was hard for her to accept and take on in this life. She's already been through so much so to feel this added on was just like absolute torture. So it's like been hanging around her, kind of wanting to fit back in, be collected and healed, but it was just too much. So this was the difficulty.
Yes, I'd like to ask Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel to send love light back to each and every one of those people that his energy was connected to replace it with your beautiful rays, please, Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, and let me know if that's possible and if you see that happening.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like obliteration of all of it, all of the darkness.
Mm-hmm. So when they wake up, they will wake up feeling brand new as well.
I like that. That's a good sense. Yeah.
Yes.
And then they can all kind of just hug, and like,
Yes. Let's imagine that. Let's imagine the higher selves of all those people that he hurt, that he didn't want to hurt. Let's imagine them all being freed from this heavy burden of darkness. And now they're bright light. And imagine them all hugging each other, rejoicing. And tell me if you can see that.
yeah. And they're all saying it's just done. It's done and over with. And they're happy about it.
Yes. Well, I send them love. I'm also going to send some love in and say thank you for this happening. Gratitude.
They're embracing each other.
Wonderful. All right. And so now Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, I'd like to replace all of that she was carrying, and what can we fill it up with? What can we replace that hole with? What would you like to put there first?
Her mission, her purpose, and now she's been able to drop that past thing. It's like a heavy weight, able to. It's been a fractal replaced back into the larger puzzle. So they're sealing it now, sealing it back in. It's okay to be sealed back in to her. Like a soul fragment being sealed back in. I'm sensing a lot of neck pain. Oh,
Okay. All right. Archangel Michael, I'd like to scan her neck, please, and tell me what's there. Something is making itself known. I'd like to go ahead and put Metatron's cube around her throat chakra, keeping this entity contained so that it doesn't cause any harm to her. And Sheena, can you scan her throat chakra and tell me what's there? Something wants to get healed. It's making itself known.
it's part of this incarnation acceptance, not wanting to voice it. That's what's coming through in the throat chakra, at the back of the neck.
Okay.
I'm sensing a hanging sensation.
Oh, from a past life.
Uh-huh.
All right. Higher self, can you, and Archangel Michael, can you scan this area really good? Please scan her throat chakra and tell me if there's any entities or energies there, please.
Throat chakra is good since um it was expressed the German man's lifetime. Throat chakra is good. The back of the neck, though, and the shoulders, that's the hanging coming in.
What do we need to do for that, for healing? Do we just need to send light to this area, or is there something we need to dig deeper into? Is there a message there? What do we have?
Another past life, young girl, men around her. She's not outside being hung. She's actually being hung inside a room,
Ooh,
uh, from rafters.
I don't know.
Um,
Okay. So this is from a past life womb.
Yes, and as soon as I said that, the pain is better now.
Okay. Higher self, is there something we could do about this life as this young girl?
Mm. This comes also from a fear of, no, they wanted to hang her because of the differences that she was sharing, the spiritual stuff. That's why there was fear in this lifetime about coming forward, about doing spiritual stuff, but she's been able to break through that in this life.
Okay.
But yeah, there's still that connection, that fear of, uh,
I want you to see this girl and see yourself talking to her and letting her know that everything is going to be okay. See yourself hugging her and tell me if you can see this.
yes. Mm.
And I would like for you also to speak through her and tell her any messages that she needs to know that will help Rebecca in this life.
You are safe now to share. It's a different time and age. It's a time in the universe that, like a clarion call, like that we're being asked to share this information. So I need not fear about sharing it, like I was in that past life.
Beautiful. What does this little girl look like to you?
Um, she's young, very young, 20s, um, blonde hair. I'm getting like Swedish feeling, like a kind of look, you know. She's wearing like a brown skirt. Like it definitely feels, like 100 years or more
Mm.
ago.
Higher self, what is this girl's first and last name?
I'm hearing like Ingrid or Kindred or something like that.
Ingrid.
Maybe, or Kindred or
Last
something.
name will just come to you and you'll know it. What is her last name? It'll be whispered in your ear. You'll know it.
Jar Jarwogan or something. I don't know. It sounds foreign.
How is it spelled?
Jar, maybe like a Vyogen or something like that. Jarviogan or I
Okay.
don't
And where did she live?
know. Netherlands,
Okay. And what year was she born?
1432. Whoa, I can't believe I said that.
Okay. What was her mother's name
Yara,
and her father?
like it sounds like Peter or Petra or something.
Were they important people?
I feel like farmers.
Farmers?
Mm,
Did her parents die as well when she died, or
no, no,
how did
no.
how did her parents take her death?
Oh, horribly. They loved her a lot.
All right. I
Yeah,
want you to do something. I want you to imagine this girl reconnecting with there in front of her is going to be a door, and when she opens that door, her parents are going to be on the side on the other side, and they will be reconnected. I don't know if they have been yet or not, but just in case they haven't, let's see if this is possible. And before she goes, I want you to give her a golden scarf for her neck for healing. So that way it's a memory that she is, healed and complete and
She
doesn't
loves
have to
it.
carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so happy to see her parents.
Are they hugging her?
Yes, absolutely. And welcoming her and happy. And the men that killed her were just like village men that didn't like her speaking out for whatever reason. And
Were they
there
reptilians?
was also some sexual stuff that happened with her too. That wasn't great. That they
Yeah.
before hanging her. Poor
Were
thing.
were reptilians, these guys?
Um,
Do they have reptilians in them?
I don't know.
Archangel Michael, did these guys have reptilians connected to them? What does he say?
They're like survival nature, I guess. Yeah, because he's showing me that the reptilian brain, so that's where their consciousnesses were at.
Right. Okay.
Like the survival feeling of that the reptilian brain just only concerns itself with.
Right. And are these guys in her life now?
No.
They're gone. Have they
Mhm.
cleared their karma through a lifetimes, or what's their story?
I'm hearing one remains still working out karma, but the others are fine. I feel like there
Mm,
was three.
okay. All right. Well, at least you know they're not with you in this life. So,
Yeah,
um, so how does that neck feel now? How does
very
she
good.
neck feel?
It feels
And
good.
can we have all the fractals that were shattered here in this life? Can we put them back together, integrate them nicely with this young girl and Rebecca?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to do that now, so that way this piece is now healed and complete for her. I know she's done a lot of shadow work, but I'd like to be able to help her get as many soul fragments back together as possible. Is that a good plan?
Yes.
All right. So with that med bed there, did that med bed find anything else in her body? Anything, or is it automatically taking care of it?
Hmm.
Or is it waiting for us to ask it questions?
I'm still getting the feeling of like the only thing that remains is learning the lesson of self-love.
Yes. So we need to make sure Rebecca feels the self-love for herself, right?
Hmm.
Feel this. So with this girl and with the all this other trauma, is there anything we can replace in her heart that can help her work on her self-love?
Maybe adding in remembrances of uh, a Lyran lifetime,
Oh,
a very affectionate. I don't know.
okay.
I'm getting a sense of like the way she loves her animals can be connected to her Lyran self.
Did she had a past life as a Lyran?
Hmm.
Can you show her this in her mind? See herself as this Lyran? Lyran?
And she really liked this life.
What does
Uh,
she look
it's very cat-like and very soft. Um,
like? Her colors?
I'm
He,
getting like a white. like
I was gonna say big fluffy white cat.
yeah, white. And there's a lot of soul family love connected in that life, a lot of affection. So this would be a good reminder for her.
Wonderful. Yes, I would like for her just to be able to tap into this life a little bit while she's laying there on her med bed. Can you show her the screen in front of her, this life, so she can remember it as we're doing her body scan, continuing?
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Let's keep her preoccupied. I want to give her as many downloads and information as we can through this process. Um, Okay, let's go ahead and keep scanning her body. What about her crown and her third eye, her eyes, ears, nose, mouth? Scan everything really good. Scan her crown for any dark spots, any entities, cords, cables, hooks, or implants. And let me know what you see. And Archangel Michael, I'd like for you to scan as well. Let's triple scan.
We have worked with her consciously and unconsciously with many, many implants and blockages and meridians and for years now. So she's pretty good. She knew when they would leave to she could feel and sense when they'd be pulled away. And we did this back in the years 2015, 14. We worked a lot with those and even into 2017 and 18. So I'm hearing up to date.
Wonderful. And her third eye, is it nice and clear and bright, or is there anything there?
Yes, it's good. We worked
Okay.
with her previously with the Arcturians, and she felt the pressure of the third eye opening. This happened back in 2011. No,
Okay.
prior to that.
Has she had a Kundalini experience
She
before?
has.
Okay. Does she know this?
Yes, very
What
conscious of it, and remembers details, and has shared it
does
publicly.
that feel like when somebody has a Kundalini experience?
Feels like waves for her, baby blue energy waves from the base of her spine up to and past her crown chakra. So she experienced it horizontally laying down. She also got a very etheric feeling when it happened. She thought it may have been a seizure because of the wave, the feeling of it being like a wave when it was happening, but she was able to rule out any seizures with the doctor. Um, and because
Hmm.
she remembered the spiritual feeling and the color happening, and she felt that there were beings near her when it was happening, it felt like an assisted Kundalini experience. And this
Okay.
happened back in 2006.
Nice. Okay. Wonderful. Um, and what about moving down from her heart chakra down to her root chakra? Can you please scan every chakra really good and let me know if there's anything there that needs attention?
Yes, and the self-hatred, it's connected to her gut. Um, so
Would that be in the solar plexus or the sacral?
solar.
Okay. What do you see there? Shadows, entities, attachments.
Hmm. Just a rejection of not wanting to be in this body.
Mhm. Okay. I'd like to get Archangel Michael to scan this chakra really good and tell me if he sees anything there. from this? Tell me, what does it say?
Her homesickness. I'm hearing wear and tear.
Mhm. Okay. Are we able to send love light to this area to help heal it, or will it need something else?
An understanding of her mission will help her self-worth and her understanding for being here on Earth in service.
Okay.
And
Mhm.
she's not connecting as she should.
I know she does some channeling and stuff. Is she being guided to do those?
Yes, but her depression sort of disrupts that connection. Self-doubt,
Yes.
not feeling high enough in vibration.
Right. Okay. So let's see. The depression, that comes from her fear of the past. Is that correct?
Let's see.
What's the cause of the depression?
Hmm. Hmm.
Is it her past that's causing the depression, or what's causing the depression?
Just a feeling of tiredness, of missing home, of just really tired of
Of the 3D life?
yes,
You
wear
can
and
say,
tear.
no, it's hard. This 3D life, we say it all the time. What planet is she going? Where's she going back home to? Where does she get to go back home? Where does she come from? Which dimension and which planet?
I'm hearing eighth and Sirius.
Okay. Is she connected to the mermaids at all?
Oh yes.
Did she have a past life as a mermaid?
Yes.
Was she in Atlantis a mermaid?
We're getting Lemurian connections are
Right.
stronger.
Okay, okay. Lemuria, is that all the magical creatures? Was that where they lived?
Mount Shasta, she's had connections there, and was able to be guided on a tour in her sleep and seeing ships and uh, yeah, very much connected there. Lots to do with crystals, working
Mhm.
with rocks and
Nice.
healing.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of her healing roots stem from that.
And who was she when she was in Lemuria? Was she anyone in particular?
A healer
A
with
healer?
the crystals and working inside a mountain or a rock, or there's chambers or circles, or she kind of helped either design or moderate these
Mm.
um, for different effects to help heal. just the other Lemurians as well.
Wonderful. So this will help her with, you know, who she is. This should empower her a little bit, right? Does she work with the fairies at all here?
Yes. She works with the fairies and mermaids, mostly with her art.
Okay. Are me and her connected in any way?
You, Maya, and her connected?
Yes.
A working, a working, a working group. A working healing group.
Do we work with the crystals together? I know I was a mermaid and I worked with the fairies. Is that how we knew each other?
Just a moment. We like to vacation, go to the vacation realms. Something about between lifetimes. She calls them vacations. Fairy realms and mermaid realms. That she really wants to do one after this life again.
I know. I figured I could have had her at the beginning with the fairies for a long time, but I know we needed to get to these med beds and wanted to speak to you about her healing. Okay, so let's see. Let me see if I can get through her healing and we can get there. We still have some time. I want to be able to help this area, this solar plexus. Do you want to tell her what her life's mission is? I know it's one of her questions. She wants to know. What can you tell her? Is she on the right path?
Oh, yes. No, she worries a lot about that.
And what is her mission? Is it to heal through her music and these frequencies of the string instruments and her presence, or is she going to be doing what we're doing? And both. What's her mission? I know she said she likes to work in the shadows to help people.
Yes, but she does not have to do that if she does not want to, if it feels too much. That is always a choice.
Mm-hmm.
She will use her music to help recreate frequencies for certain star groups. Vibrant, words fail me, just a moment. Vibrations
Mm-hmm.
to recreate those frequencies of home for certain ET groups. We will let her know what these are when it comes that time. She
Well,
she does know this.
I was thinking of incorporating some of this beautiful frequency music into some of our work that we're doing. Is this a place where she could be a benefit?
Absolutely. We are connecting you guys now for higher purposes for the work that is to be done, the mission.
Beautiful.
That is why we have asked her to remain open to where this goes. But she knows the general sense, helping others and being open to our presence and our vibration, sharing the experiences with others so that it normalizes it for the human population and helps wake them up.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about spreading the word right now, getting the awareness out there.
Beautiful.
through interviews, stories, sharing of experiences, art and music, so that they can get comfortable with our frequency and vibration, because that's how they will recognize us through, because anything can be seen, and sometimes what is seen is not there, and therefore cannot be trusted at times with humans. They will doubt, but if they will learn energy signature, they will not doubt that. They will not, they will understand, and when they come into contact with certain groups of us, that they will be able to recognize our different energy signatures, and that will be their way of uh, recognizing us, recognizing like a home frequency, a higher frequency.
Yes. Beautiful. I know she said when she first started doing this music that she connected with Archangel Metatron. Is that safe for her? I know he plays both parts, both roles. What do you have to say about that?
It's used, Metatron was a geometric aspect to her. He assisted in the Kundalini, I'm
Oh,
hearing. And she really doesn't have a like a day-to-day working with him, but more of like that assisted in that awakening. Also with Merkaba,
uh-huh.
anything geometric, but she has a fondness for him, like a father figure fondness. Strange.
Interesting. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. There's a connection there.
Okay.
Um,
Um, Getting back to her solar plexus, are we able to send some light to that solar plexus to also help it heal, or will it start to improve by the time we're done with her session?
it will improve, but there is a longer lesson to be learned that also helps with that previous lifetime.
Uh-huh.
She is learning steps to self-compassion, uh, to be integrated step by step. This is for not only healing purposes, but for teaching purposes later on, assisting others. The body does not feel great on her. She prefers other forms. And
Yeah. What if she started doing yoga? Would yoga make her feel better?
yoga increases her pain,
Oh, why is that?
but it's because she needs to try somatic
Oh,
instead of um, following it like a workout type of thing. Instead, she probably needs to do somatic yoga.
I know with yoga, there's so many different ways. They say you could even take one pose a day and just sit in one pose for like 30
Yin,
minutes.
yin yoga, yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes, 10, whatever, little by little. So that way it's not so much of a workout, it's more of something you're giving back to your body. I know when I stretch, I feel amazing. And I just fell down the stairs the other day and I did some yoga stretches and I feel almost back to normal. Um, I feel like yoga is kind of like the secret, like the little fountain of youth for us in the 3D. Like you start doing yoga, you get taller, I mean, I've there's all kinds of things that happen with yoga.
She
What
gets
do you think?
overwhelmed with every single ache and pain with yoga,
Mhm.
feeling it intensely. Um, she prefers to walk in nature as her way of cleansing,
Okay.
though she could benefit from yoga positions, like you said,
Mhm.
just single positions and just feeling into the emotions and any blockages or beliefs that are being held in certain muscles or joints. Again, learning more about that somatic yoga experience.
Yes. So I know one of the things that she really wanted to get relief from was her fibromyalgia. Now I know I've done some healing before with people with a client. Can we do something about this fibromyalgia? Can we remove it from her body completely, or what can we do about this?
Let's see. She's constantly worried about danger. So we're trying to work with her to calm her nervous system overall, and the shoulds and the pressure, it's like a pushing sensation of do this, do that, do this, do that. You've got to get this done. You have to do this. It's overwhelming to her, and that adds to her fibromyalgia feeling. But
Mm,
we are working with her for living in the present and feeling within her nervous system to bring up what she feels like doing in that moment,
mm-hmm.
which she understands the challenges of working with a 3D calendar and a day-to-day time frame, 8 to 5 sort of thing. And we are working with the challenges of fitting both of those worlds together.
Has she read the book The Power of Now yet?
Yes,
Has that helped her in any way?
yes, she enjoys those books. She is struggling with her OCD of perfectionism and task led way of doing things that she's always learned how to get things done in that mind frame to being in the present and learning how to accomplish the same things that she wants to get done with her work goals and her personal goals and fitting those two worlds, living in the now and struggling to get things done that are like mundane tasks, trying to bring joy into the mundane.
Mm-hmm.
There's this drudgery, there's this just that weariness, like you said, of 3D life that she wants to escape that. She wants to learn, and she's just so ready to jump on a spaceship and just go explore kind of thing. And she's tired of having to play her role as a mother or a, suburban wife type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
daily drudgery.
She's not alone. It's rough. It really is. I feel for her. The OCD, is that stemming from somewhere?
Safe, it helps her feel safe.
Oh, okay. Is any of this coming from the reptilian brain?
Yes, from survival, brutality, just a fear of being hit out of nowhere or a danger to the self, harm
Mm.
stems from the trauma of childhood.
Um,
Abuse.
what about her inner child? Can we do some inner child healing?
Sure.
Can we see her, seeing her inner child and giving her a hug?
She looks like her daughter. She's chatty like her daughter. They are so similar. Mm.
Is there anything she would like? Maybe something you would like to offer her or give her? Is there something she would love to have?
She just wants to play and have fun. She's so tired of adulting.
Can you imagine them two going off into a field with the fairies where they can play and fly and have fun with the fairies for a little bit?
Yeah.
And is there any integrating that we need to do or helping with any fractals or anything like that?
It feels that it's been worked on for many, many years now. It feels good, and especially having a daughter of her own has helped her embrace her inner child and the importance of self-love is part of that lesson.
Wonderful.
It'll be complete when she learns more and more to embrace self-compassion. It's like the last piece in the puzzle.
Okay, yes, isn't it? Oh, yes. Um, let's see. So what can we do about the fibromyalgia? I would like to know what we could do to take some of this pain away. I know my daughter also suffers with this, so I'm really hoping that this is something that can be tackled and overcome. I could only imagine what it's like. Well, I don't want it to imagine because I don't want it to happen to me. I'm surprised I don't have it. But with all the trauma and things that we've experienced, your body really takes a beating. Can you explain how this even happens and how this really happened for her and what is the whole process of healing for her? Is there a remedy that I can write down?
Yes, you bring up the fairies. It's because of her strong connection with the elements and the way that human culture is nowadays with living inside structures. There is a disconnect with nature. There's also this fear in her of she doesn't want, when she heals and she wants to be in nature, she wants to be alone. And that is hard for her to find. And she wants that spiritual alone connection with the earth for her healing. And she's struggling to find that in her current living conditions. But if she connected with the vibrancy of the elements, earth, water, fire, flowers, um, waterfalls, nature, she can restore that. Fibromyalgia is like the draining of life force that could be replenished with the connection to earth elements. Um, and it, it's a, a cycle that is hard to break because when you have the fibromyalgia, you feel like just staying in your bed and resting, which is, of course, rest is important. But then it makes it challenging for that individual to want to be outside. She's feeling that a hammock would be so delightful to have, so you could rest and be out in nature at the same time. But people being around interrupts her ability to replenish herself because of her empath abilities, and she connects too much into the other's energy. So it's distracting for her. It's not healing when she needs to be alone in nature. It's hard for her to find those places. If she could find those places, she could get so much healing done.
And then the fibromyalgia will disappear.
Yes.
Hmm. That's promising. I like that. She wants to know, can she be done with her father, or is there something that she needs to do? Because she doesn't know if she needs to keep him around. Does, when, if he passes, does she get to skip the funeral? He's caused her so much pain and trauma. What can you say to her about him?
He is very much like a little child. He's seeking love in ways that are not healthy or helpful. She can choose if she wants to or not, but her part is done. It is fine. It's her choice. But she knows that if she does choose, that there's a certain energy that comes with it, of like a flare up. If she does not want that, then she does not need to seek it or do anything. She has done her part.
Mm-hmm.
She continues to do her part by supporting her family and being there for her family,
Mm-hmm.
especially when they were not there for her. At times, she has been very forgiving and being there for them because she knows the bigger picture of healing, and that she has been able to put her ego aside and her personal hurt and been able to be there for her siblings or other family members in a time for their healing. And that is to be commended.
Mm-hmm.
It is not easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
He, if she sees his energy as a child, immature, not knowing, not understanding, both her parents, actually, not just her father, but her mother too. This helps her understand their levels of where they are developmentally and spiritually. They are young souls. They are young souls that, as Jesus would say, they know not what they do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She feels a soul connection with her father that's beyond his human self. This disturbs her at times because she doesn't understand her just level of love for all beings
Mm-hmm.
extends to his soul.
Yes. I was going to ask, is he part of her soul family?
Yes,
And he kind of
not
forgot.
all. Not all of the soul group is part of her soul group, but he is a young soul, and she had a desire to help his evolution, his journey, uh, like a brother. Feels like a brother energy.
So if she can forgive him for all that he has done to her, she will help his soul, or no? Does it have an impact on and his
It's
evolution?
more of a generational sickness that extended generations in their ancestry line, that certain members of her family are afflicted with different versions, whether addiction or
Hmm.
sexual deviation or narcissism, or just all those themes have been
Yes.
generational. And so she really wanted to step in and say enough and stop. It wasn't just her, it was actually her siblings too who came in and said, we're going to put a stop to this too. And they all have successfully done that within their lives here on this earth that they're living now, each of them doing their different part, including her sister. Even though it seems like it looks like failure, maybe because of her current condition, but in fact, she has fought this addiction. She continues to fight it, and she still continues to have that spiritual connection with herself incorporated while she's fighting this addiction. So it is something her soul wanted to, it was her role that she wanted to come in and say, this is the part I'm going to help out with on this side, is
Mm,
the addiction part. And so that's why it feels so heavily upon her. But each of my siblings have taken a certain role in this
yes.
stopping of the trauma that has
Mm,
gone on for ages and ages.
yes, the madness. Can I ask if um if wow, that thought went right out. No, I need it to come back. Um, where was I going with that? Oh, I know that she said that in her family they had the RH negative, but that was her mom's side. Does her father have any of that reptilian through the family line? And are they connected with the dark stuff that's happening on the planet?
Yes, that the father had the codes of seeding in him, which is what she sensed in him. But what was filled was he did not protect himself. It all got filled in from the, you could say, demonic or reptilian or those dark energies, just like poured into. It's that he just did not learn to protect himself and his own trauma line. It's like the things that he was
The le-
predisposed to in his generational line, he
Mhm.
let consume him.
Right. He forgot his mission.
Yes, he was just unprotected, and it filled it. It just got filled in. It's
Mm,
like they just all poured in instead.
very sad. Yes. Um, how is his connection now? Is there some healing that's happening with him?
There's still this tantrum-like behavior from him. Again, just a very childish type of energy that's like, I'm just seeing tantrum like this. It's not fair. And it just complete non-understanding of or embracing of like his spiritual sense, his full spiritual potential.
Yes.
It's very stunted. He still follows safe, what he thinks is safe uh, restraints around him with his religion that helps him feel in control of his demons.
Well, it doesn't sound like he's gonna get to go home anytime soon, huh? He's gonna be in the playground for a while, a few lifetimes.
He's a young soul.
Yeah. All right. Well, we understand that. Let's see. Um, what about her mother? She wanted to know about her mother. What is the mother's background? She's got the reptilian connection. She seems to think that, there was a really bad choice in these parents, but as you say, she's also solely connected to her father, so it must have been divinely planned. So what can you tell her about her mother and why she chose her mother, or did she choose her mother?
It was more of a choosing of generational lines,
Mm.
these two merging together. Her mother has a very difficult understanding of empathy and um, uh, it's like she's disconnected and a mentality of 13 years old and a a need for self gratification, um, no matter where it comes from, who it comes from, or the hurt that it would do to others. There is this desire for her to be spiritually connected, especially with a deceased partner that she had. But help me explore the reptilian nature of her. I don't know how to do this.
Does she have that she has the Rh negative blood? Can you ask Archangel Michael there if that is connected to the reptilian bloodline?
Yes.
Can he show you what that looks like? How does that even happen? Like, is it just passed down ancestral from the beginning of the first reptilian hybrid, or
Yes.
how does
Yes.
one get the blood? I know
Yes.
we have part of our brain, but how can you make that make sense for us?
Like you said, they get involved with our species, pass down that trait, seems to continue to pass down in certain individuals, not every one.
I know a few people who it's the reptilian blood has saved their life. So it's not a negative thing,
It's a
right?
survival, animalistic.
Superpower. I've heard this blood do wonders for people. Did she have a tail? Or six fingers? Is this part of their family? Like, I know some people have this. Is this a trait that they have? She doesn't know anything about it. I thought I'd just throw that out there. Did this come from the Anunnaki? This reptilian blood? I'm back. I'm here. You okay?
Yeah. Sorry,
Something happened?
I'm having trouble with my computer. Just a moment.
Oh.
Here you are.
Yeah, I
Okay.
started thinking about reptilians, and of course they start
Oh, I've got the mascara blurs. Okay.
you're doing pretty amazing.
Oh my goodness.
We're almost done. We're
Okay.
almost done. Okay. Drink some water.
Yeah.
Drink some water to help with the connection. We just want to get some understanding about this for you and for the collective in a positive way. So whatever information they can explain briefly, we'd appreciate it. I know they said people had certain traits. I also heard that, back in the slave days when they were having babies, sometimes some of these babies came out with six fingers and tails, and just want to know a little bit more about this reptilian DNA. Whatever you can tell us for the highest healing for the collective.
I've heard that the reptilians came from another universe into this one. I don't know if this
Yeah.
is just something I've
Were
stored
they the
away
ones
as
on Earth when they came? Were they the first? Were they the first ones to occupy Earth when they came?
Mhm.
The rumor. I'm wondering how true that is. Or what can they do?
I feel like there was other
Okay.
animal like beings here, not necessarily just the reptilians. But as with every race, it's like they don't want to extinguish themselves. So of course they implant certain aspects of or genetics of themselves into other beings so that they can kind of continue on, possibly out of a curiosity to just see how their genes mix with others, um,
Mhm.
seeing the same traits that they appreciate in their own species develop in other species. It's a form of carrying on their energy signature. Um, I'm seeing it as uh, it feels very like like a parent wanting to have a child type of feeling. Not as maternal, of course, but more of a feeling of from a whole species based.
Okay.
Um,
Can they show you what your ancestor reptilians look like? And were there any benevolent ones in your reptilian ancestral line?
there can be benevolent ones. I'm seeing a lot of disguised. It's very disguised. Um, they do this so that it can fit in
Right.
and not be recognized and then extinguished.
Have them show you what they look like uncloaked. And if you can tell the difference between a male and a female. And the cute little babies, what do the babies look like? Because babies always cute small, so we don't want to get spooked. Because it could be a bit alarming, maybe. You never know. But we're gonna hopefully they appear soft and not as,
Just lizard humanoid with
okay.
tails. Tall. The eyes are, the typical like slit, like looking like snake eyes, the ridges
Yeah,
around their mouth looking like a snake's ridges around the mouth,
okay.
scaly skin, that type of thing.
Uh-huh.
Babies a smaller form, but probably have that cuteness factor to them. The
Right?
women are slightly smaller, maybe. Yeah.
The men?
No, the women
Oh,
one.
women.
Yeah.
Funny. Okay,
Not
okay.
as
And
tall.
are you not as tall? Would you say 5 feet tall, 7 feet tall? How tall would you say these people were?
Yeah. Um, between 6 and 7.
Um,
I'm smaller. I
let's
can see
see if
it
we're
going
able.
down to 5.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine.
There's a
Um,
range.
yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see if one last thing. Let's see if we can find out what universe or what their home planet or wherever they're from, what was it called where they originally came from? You're gonna know it. It will come to you. You'll hear it in your ear. Let's find out where your ancestors came from. What do they tell you? Where are they from? Are we able to know?
The reptilian ones, or just generally?
Alien ones.
Okay. I feel like they're coming from another universe, but they came into this one to explore and continue their species.
Mhm. Are we able to know the name of their universe or
Ri-
what
I'm hearing Ryon, Ryon.
Ryan or Orion?
Maybe it is Orion or Ryan, Ryon, something.
Okay. Okay. I heard they came from Orion,
Yeah.
like what Orion Wars were. Is that when they left?
Hmm. That would make sense. Yes.
All right. Well, that's good. I mean, any of these rabbit holes we can go down and be here forever. So I'll just keep moving on. I appreciate that information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, what other questions can I give you while you are there with her? Let's keep scanning her body. She's still in that med bed. And is there anything in her body that we missed? Her hands and feet, the back of her head, the back of her back? Are you scanning and checking, making sure she's still good?
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
Yes, it's very good. We set her up with a very good support husband
Mm.
system. Her husband is very supportive. He's like a recharge station for her.
Oh, wonderful.
Um, he has helped her heal her sacral, her the red chakra. What's it called? The root
The
chakra.
chakra? Okay.
Yeah, he has helped her with that.
Wonderful.
Um, he will continue to help her with that.
Okay.
He grounds her too. Yes. Okay. So that's also connected to the root chakra. Uh,
One.
there's a balancing of their energies. Um, Let's scan I was scanning the back of her neck still. It feels good, but there might be something residual.
Okay. Do I need to bring in some Phoenix fire
Yes,
to the back of her neck?
yes.
All right. I like to call in the Phoenix now to send some Phoenix fire to the back of her neck. Sending it now, sending in the Phoenix fire. Dissolving any residual residue that's left behind. We want to make sure it's all gone, sending Phoenix fire in again. Tell me, can you feel this higher self? Do you see this dissolving?
Yes, if it's residual, thank you.
Wonderful. Is it gone?
Yes.
All right, beautiful. I also like to blast her with some golden light through her body as well. All her chakras from her crown all the way down to her hands and feet. Can we just blast a beam of golden love light through her body as well?
Yes.
I want her to be glowing by the time she's done with her session today. And you can bring in the rainbow rays. She says she's very connected to the rainbow rays. Can you tell her anything about her connection?
I work with frequency and color with them. The chakras.
How does that attachments at all?
Say again?
When you checked her body, she didn't have any entity attachments?
None. She's pure.
Awesome. Sheena, are you connected to any archangels? Are you an archangel yourself?
I work with the archangel realm. She's working on soul level, moving into this realm as a healer. This is the graduation she also talks about. She has trouble admitting or wanting to accept this because she doesn't want to feel like it's her ego saying she's moving into angelic realms, but she is learning how to move her soul into this area of healing and service work. It's her next goal. To work in this realm with archangels and guides, and she's getting experiences in the body at this time to help her understand how to heal and work with others in the body.
Okay. I'd like to go ahead and send some love light to her body as well while she's getting this, and just I just want her to feel comfortable and just breathe and take it in and out. Just let it flow naturally without resistance.
She is bringing back this information to us as well as the angelic realm for what it's like to be in the body and to experience the different dense vibrations as well. She's bringing back this information so that we can words fail me just a moment. We can hone in on our craft, our abilities to work with the human body and it's constantly changing and evolving. So that also provides a very interesting dynamic at this point in time in human history, especially with those that have been coded to awaken. And we constantly make fine-tuning adjustments when we are invited, of course, into by that individual. We do not force this kind of work on a soul or a person unless we are invited in. But we are here to assist. There is there is an understanding with the Starseeds group, though, that we are there for them and assisting with, and working with them. So we know that on a higher self permission, we do have permission to work with certain upgrades and clearings for the overall mission of raising the earth vibration.
Yes.
So she is bringing back this information of very dense energies that are being healed with trauma in her body. She is a courageous soul that has volunteered to go through this, to bring us this information, because it is not easy. And to come from 2 generational lines of trauma and certain maladies or illnesses in the body and in the spirit, so to speak, she has come to help not only heal and mend that, and she has done that work before, but it is different when you have an evolving soul inside, one that is to be doing this work of waking up the collective. There is a lot of responsibility. And we thank her for her working with us. We are all learning on all our different levels. This is the human experiment. This is the great experiment, we call it. This earth life, this earth cycle, earth's ascension. So we appreciate all those that have come into bodies at this time to give us this information and to learn. But yes, there is a realm of existence that awaits her on her next soul journey that she is very excited about being able to explore. It does feel like a graduation of sorts, this life, and moving into that next dimensional realm of existence.
Yes. I call it the 9th inning. We're in the 9th inning. This is it. For most. One last thing. She has this problem with the IBS, and I know a lot of people do. What can you tell her? What can she do to reverse this and fix this? Is there anything we could do for her? Is it eating habit? What is
Yes, it's intentional eating, the energy behind her eating, that while she is eating goes into her food, that she can focus on as well. That will help kind of pre-program her food as it goes in. That will help her condition. She already knows what foods her body does well on and which foods her body does not prefer. And she continues to eat those foods that her body prefers. This will change over time.
Mm-hmm.
The self-compassion,
Go ahead.
her self-compassion that she will learn and her self-respect that she will gain will also help with her eating habits,
Mm-hmm.
her digestion habits. Her stress levels also affect IBS, and it was much worse during the 20s and 30s of her life because of the stress with her family. But since then, it has improved and will continue to improve
Yeah.
as she manages her stress well and continues to manage her stress well.
Okay. Okay. Yes, once she starts fixing certain things, everything will come aligned with the self-love and self-compassion. And
Yes, it is all connected.
well, she is doing the shadow work, and I feel like that's all part of the service to self healing process, where you have to do the dark night of the soul, you have to go in, you have to do all this healing, so that way you can come out and start doing your service to others, which she's ready for it. So she just has to complete her last, like you said, graduation day. It's her last stage of what she needs to do, that last piece to the puzzle, so she can move into the service to others, which I'm sure she's doing as well. And then she's also doing the service to truth, which is holding her platforms and holding space for people to come and share their experiences as well. So it sounds like she's doing a lot for her. Sounds like she's in the game for this ninth inning. She's doing what is she part of the 144,000?
Yes, she has done so much work in getting to this point. She has overcome a lot of fear. There's still some natural human doubt. There's also the fear connected to past lives, especially the one where she was hung, where she feared speaking her truth because of the past life
Yeah.
consequence. So we have been working with her on that.
Yes. Well, thanks for social media. We can send messages and speak our minds so fast nowadays. We can go on 100 platforms and say what we have to say, and it's a little bit different nowadays being silenced.
It is safer now as the
Yeah.
truth comes forward. And she knows that providing this will usher in the light more and more and spread the word. And she wants to facilitate in this.
Yes. Is she one of the 144,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Though she does not like to consciously say so.
Neither do I, but as I was told, we are here to teach them, right?
Yes, she's humble. She does not like to make her anything that would make it sound like she is better than another soul. She is even calling herself a star seed. She knows that she has to represent, but she worries about the nuances that some may take as being special or more evolved or like as a scaling system. She doesn't
Mhm.
like that. She understands it, and she understands that there's she was in kindergarten too. If that person's in kindergarten now, she will respect that, even though she might be in like college. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But she went through kindergarten too, and it was just as important to go through as like her college level, using that as a metaphor.
Wonderful. She's a great teacher and she will inspire many people um, by the way she deals with herself. Um, she wanted to know, she felt some strange happenings in her home, in her basement. Can you scan her house really quick for me and tell me, is there anything in the basement? Are there any portals in her house that we need to close?
Yes,
Any
there's
in
a portal in the downstairs. It is a portal.
the
That's why
basement?
she feels it comes and going. Yes,
Can we close that portal now, please?
yes.
Let's go ahead and close that portal now and let me know when it's closed.
We're putting locks on it and zipping it up.
Hmm.
Okay, we are handing you the key, so to speak.
All right, I'm going to give that to the Phoenix fire, and let the Phoenix come in and remove any last residue, imprints, or energy from this portal. Dissolving it now. Let me know when you see the Phoenix fire coming in and what does it look like behind.
Yes, she's waving her wing around and clearing the space.
Wonderful. Does she take the key?
Yes, in her beak.
What does she do with it?
She swallows it and it kind of dissolves.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I love the Phoenix. Is there any other portals in your house that we need to close while she's there? Scan the house really good.
Scanning.
Closets.
Nope, it feels good.
Send love back to the Phoenix. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Phoenix. Is there an angel that we could place in the home or in the basement just in case anything tries to come back?
Yes, please.
All right. Can we place two angels? That way they can keep each other company.
Mhm.
Maybe they can play some cards or something while they're waiting around. I don't know. Give them some entertainment.
There's toys in that closet so they can help themselves, but yes.
Wonderful. All right. Well, that's all the questions that I have for you, higher self. Any last messages that you have for her at this time? I know she did want to know something about her daughter, maybe messages for her daughter and
Her
her.
daughter's energy is to help facilitate her mission, and she will come into her own, and that will bond them later and as she matures. Um, and she will have that connection to music and art as well. So to continue to encourage that in her.
Beautiful.
She
Do
is
they?
here, she is here for a mission, so she's going to be protected.
Okay.
That is
Wonderful.
right. So her fears of her being killed or anything or harmed or anything like that, mm, she's
Highly likely
yeah, she's here to do that important work. So
she'll be
that is
protected.
not in her soul plan or karmic plan, or there's no karma.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Um, does her daughter have any dragons?
Drive-ins,
Dragons?
dragons.
If she doesn't, can we give them a couple of dragon eggs and see if they want to hatch their own dragons for protection?
Yes, love that. Rainbow dragons.
Yeah. Wonderful. Beautiful. Higher self, any last words you have for me at this time?
Thank you for your service work. Um, there is this call for us. She was using the term ambassador,
Oh, yes.
but it was it could be seen as a group uh, of healers. These healing sessions are important because they are going to be the way of energetic signature recognition that humans will be able to understand and explore within themselves and be able to trust these extraterrestrial energies, these divine ones, divinely protected ones, divinely guided ones. As she goes through the process of this session, others will follow, and that they will be able to, it'll be that like that one step closer to us all recognizing each other and being within each other's space and meeting each other.
Mhm.
Um,
Wonderful.
and in
I,
order to do that, there's much healing to be done, obviously, and that's what the work is that you do. So we thank you for that and helping bring heaven to earth, the 5D to our reality, our 3D reality, merging those two worlds basically.
anything I can do to help the ascension, I'm here to do whatever I can do. I'm trying to be more creative so I can, um, gather more birds. I ain't gonna say the earthly term for that because it just, but
More
I
ambassador
feel like
angels.
yes, having her be connected with you, be connected with her sister's higher self, her inner child, the archangels, the phoenix, the medbeds. I think this is just so big and empowering for somebody to experience, it's definitely has to be healing on so many levels.
Yes, it's pushing aside the rational ego part of the brain, prefrontal cortex, and being able to have the higher self step in, um, being able to clear the self doubt, that all of that, and it's very helpful for. It's like a healing boost, like like you get to skip a level. That's what it's like because you can get that conscious mind out of the way and work with all their multidimensionalities and past lives, future lives, or it's all one life happening now, but that's we use past and future.
Right.
But um
Yes.
otherwise it becomes really confusing for the human when they start
Mm,
remembering all these lives and not knowing where to place it within their
mm,
consciousness. So
absolutely wonderful. Um, awesome. Can you have show her and her inner child coming back together and just giving her a hug and letting the inner child hang out with the fairies, and I just want to start integrating her back. And can we just have her say, I'm here, but I'm never gone, to her inner child so her inner child can have its own experience?
yes, part of her motherhood journey was a lot of this accepting of the inner child, being parented how she wanted to be parented, the way she parents her daughter. She knows she's
Hmm.
not perfect, but huge, huge energetic intentions that she has set behind her parenting has helped her heal with her own inner child. And the further that she raises her daughter and into when her daughter turns into a teenager and so forth and so on, that will all continue that healing with her inner child,
Wonderful.
ongoing process.
Awesome. Wonderful. Um, Well, higher self, while she was there with her sister, was her sister able to receive some healing as well from the med bed?
Yes, absolutely. And the peace, the general peace, I think, was accepted by knowing her sister's mission and purpose. Helps to alleviate the understanding of her suffering currently.
Yes, because it is heavy. This 3D world is heavyweight. We're kind of like heavyweight champions if we make it to this life, you know? This ain't no lightweight story here. We are serious heavyweight champions. So that's how I look at it, you know? Um, all right, higher self, I would like to go ahead and thank you at this time and thank the ascended masters. Did Buddha have any messages for her?
Hmm.
If-
What you said about a fractal resonates with her,
Yes,
makes a lot of sense with her, and helps her accept that she has stemmed from me,
mm,
divided into, you know, how souls, and they do that fractaling. So it makes a lot of sense in her mind now, and she's able to accept that
Buddha,
connect.
are you a fractal of her? Is she a fractal of you?
Yes, yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
So
It's
next time
fractal.
I can take her to experience your life in the session.
That would be amazing.
Wonderful. So what would you like to tell her briefly? What else would you like to tell her?
Do not doubt the memories that come up of these other lives, even though they are flashes, and you seem like you have a self-doubt of like, oh, you're just making it up kind of thing, but it actually is a memory. Um, because you've incorporated multidimensional aspects of yourself, so these are going to make themselves known to you. So please validate those memories as they come up, and you can ask to be shown these memories as well. And they will help make a deeper understanding of where you come from and who you are today, why you prefer certain things, why you remember certain things. It will all start. It's like knowing yourself even more and more and more and more. There's so many depths and layers because of all these different lives and all these different fractals. You're sensing them. You're becoming multi-dimensional, and this is how it starts.
Wonderful. Thank you, Buddha. Love, honor, and respect. Thank you so much for speaking with us today. And I want to thank Archangel Michael and all the other ascended masters for coming in and helping and assisting with her healing today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to go ahead and send you, Sheena, and the ascended masters off for some fun. You guys can hang out with each other, you know, whatever you guys want to do over there, you know. But I'd like to go ahead and say goodbye now at this time and thank you. And I would like to tap back in with Rebecca where she is with her sister. Is this okay at this time?
Yes, thank you. We enjoyed our interactions today.
Wonderful. Thank you. And I send you off with love. And now at this time, I want to check back in with Rebecca. Rebecca, are you still there on the med bed?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Did you feel that healing?
Yes, it feels like a weight being lifted, or something incorporated, like put back together. I feel like put back together is a good word for it. Like collected and just like gathered. I feel less scattered. I don't know how to otherwise describe it than that. Um, I feel like there's no pain, except for the numbness in my bum since I've been sitting here. But otherwise, like
Yeah,
there's
you
no
got the
pain.
pillow, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Mine feels like a feels like bricks now too. Are you holding hands with your sister in your med bed?
I was, yes, yes.
Right. So I want you to see you both of you getting up, give yourselves hugs and congratulate each other on your first med bed experience. And you guys can talk about it as you're walking back to the bridge, and we're all going to be there and congratulating you with like balloons and all kinds of stuff. It's like a grad party, right?
I love
And so
it.
when you get there, let me know if you see all this excitement.
Yes, there's lots of excitement. It feels like just want to do this all the time, right?
Why not, right? Oh my goodness. Um, I would be stuck here. I'd be like, don't bring me back. Um,
Yeah.
so this has been an amazing experience for you. So I'm going to take you on a cute little personal craft, and I'm going to take you and your sister back to the beach where your grandmother is so you can say goodbye to everybody on the ship. They're going to stay there where they are. And me and you and your sister are going to get in our little ship, and we're going to travel back to the fire. And let me know when you can see this happening, and when we get there, and just describe what happens.
Yes, we're there, and I see my grandma's.
And tell your grandma what happened. What's your excited line? What do you tell her?
I'm like, it makes so much more sense now. That's what I'm saying to her. And
Mm.
she's hugging me and she's saying, I'm so glad you got
She's
that
like,
information.
try it.
She's like, I'm always here. As she's definitely, she feels this, again, that responsibility, and there's like a tethering to her wanting to help and assist heal our
Um,
family situation at the moment. So, and then my other grandma, I definitely feel she's very like angelic in her feeling, and just like she definitely serves as a guide to help me as well.
nice. I want you to see all of you holding each other, hugging each other in a circle, just like a group hug. And as you're hugging yourselves, I want you to imagine Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel flying down and next to you guys. And I want their wings to wrap around both of you and tell me if you can, all of you, and tell me if you can feel this.
Yeah, it feels so good.
All right, beautiful. I want you to stand there and just take it all in. Just take it all in. You're going to remain there. Just imagine yourself there in that circle. And as you're there, I want you to also imagine a beam of light shooting from your heart where you are there in that circle down to where you are in your chair. It's going to be a golden stream of light shooting from your heart. Tell me if you can see this light.
I do. I see this
Beautiful.
light.
And while you're standing there, I'm going to send love one last time, sending love for gratitude for your experience, and let me know if you can feel it.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. And with your eyes closed there, hugging and feeling the love of everybody and how amazing this is, I'm going to count from 5 to 1. And when I get to 1, you're going to be back in your seat. And so 5, you're going to see yourself, you're going to imagine you're there with your grandparents, your grandma, your angels, you're there physically. I want you to always remember this feeling. This is why we're going to exit this way. So you're just going to close your eyes whenever you feel depressed or anything. Close your eyes, and I want you to always go back to remembering what this embrace feels like, okay?
Mhm.
This is going to be a feeling that stays with you. So this is why we're going to end it like this. I've never done it like this before, but why not? So we're going to see yourself, imagine yourself like your spirit body, just integrating. It's going to ride that golden wave from your heart to your other heart. You're going to feel your energy pulling from that space, going down that golden stream down into your body. 5, integrating nicely back, back, back. 4, Your mind, body, and soul is integrating nicely back into your body, leaving those energies there to continue on in that space forever, remembering and feeling that embrace. 3, everything is coming back to you. Your fingers and toes are starting to move around. 2, you physically feel yourself back into your body, your memories, everything is clear, your experience is clear. Everything is clear now. And 1, you are back in this time and place. It is 2:53 Eastern Standard Time. It is Tuesday, March 5th. You are at your home and you just had an amazing experience. Go ahead and take a deep breath and return back. You're back in the 5D. No, I'm just kidding. Unfortunately, it is 3D, but you just had an amazing experience.
Oh,
Welcome.
wow.
Drink some water, please drink some water.
I think I'm going to have a huge nap. Wow.
What do you think, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Drink lots of water. You're definitely going to want to drink water for the next 3 days. Drink lots of water. Try not to drink sodas and stuff like that. You want to drink as much water as possible.
Yeah, that was amazing. There's a lot of experiences that I had doubted that came through as actually being legit.
Oh,
So, like those 2 past lives actually. So that was really interesting because I've been having a hard time of like, oh, I'm just making it up, kind of, thinking, but no, they're definitely connected. And I think they just having them validated was a big thing. I think that they just wanted that healing, that validation. And it's almost as if they were just trying so hard to be incorporated that kind of possibly manifested into pain, because I wasn't really accepting of it or as conscious as I was or understanding. It's just all about like what comes through for understanding and everything.
yes.
And how your pain can be connected to other lives and fears and residual stuff.
Yes.
Oh,
Alba Weinman is a good one to watch. She's the one that helped me so much. Have you ever seen her videos?
what's her name?
Alba Weinman, Weinman, I believe. She
Uh-huh.
did my session. I'm number 24. She's up to like, who knows what number she is up to now, but I
Wow.
was on. You
Wow.
want to see her sessions, like anything is possible in these healing sessions. And
Wow.
I learned a lot from her by watching her videos. So you'll have fun watching her videos. She's got all kinds of stuff, and hers are really, yeah, we all have different techniques. I love the way she does things. She was the only one that was able to get me to go under. So
Wow.
she was absolutely amazing. I love her. I would love to get another one from her. She's so hard to get to, she's
Yeah.
like so booked. But yeah, so that's what made me think how I can help you, like different
Yeah.
ways I can help you. So that was really cool. We did some new stuff that I haven't done before. I'm always doing new things. What did you think about connecting with your sister and taking her on the ship and doing the med bed, the healing? What was that like for
I
you?
loved that. It really made me feel like I was still like we still had that connection, that I haven't been able to have while she's been here and suffering the residuals from her alcohol abuse, and her dementia and her, it's like grieving a part of her that died. And I felt like I was reconnected with that part of her. So it was wonderful. I felt that closeness again. Um, and it's amazing how like telepathic we are and just thinking the same things. And like you'd say, what is she thinking of? Like, well, she's thinking what I'm thinking. Like, we're thinking the same thing.
Thinking what I'm thinking, you know, when you hear that, now you can think of your sister when they say that in the cartoons. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Batman? Of course, that. Nice.
Yeah.
So you under just fine. You did great. You
There
were
was a lot
there.
of times I felt like I kind of got in my own way though, like because you would ask questions and I would be afraid to answer. So I felt that
Okay.
happening still. Yeah, sometimes like because
So
I wouldn't trust what would come out.
that's why I do a lot of talking, because I find that for some people it doesn't work, I guess, but for me, in order to get past that ego, I have to keep you preoccupied, because the ego wants to jump in and be like, no,
Yeah,
don't listen. Like it will
yeah.
distract. So what I found is, like for healing, I have you do one thing, meanwhile I talk to your higher self. So you might have heard me talk to your higher self in the messages, but you were still also somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
The ego couldn't even come in, but as soon as when I'm talking to you, the ego can if it wanted to, but it's your mind is so, it's like, whoa, how do I control all these voices? It's like
Yeah.
walking a dog. You're like, I'm a dog walker. Next time I see you, you're walking like 10 dogs at once.
Yes.
I'm like, whoa, 10 dog walker, one dog. It's like, where'd all these voices come from?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think you did fantastic. There's a lot of people we spoke to. You had, the fairies, you had mermaid experience. You got to see these things.
Yeah.
What was that like? I always like to ask. I want to see 'em.
Again, very validating because it's, stuff I've always felt connected with. And, that a lot of my art, my music come through those. It's as if that veil wasn't put down completely for those connections to those realms. They were very much kept like at least halfway open so that I could channel them through music and through my art. And I don't know, it's beautiful to see them there. Um, you know, um, I just want to go and just have fun and play in those realms. So it makes me
Well,
feel them.
our Cosmic Crusaders team, that is what I created. I started this crew, and it's on my website. I don't know if you saw it,
I
but like
did.
giving people the option if they want to do it once a month or if they want to do it.
Yeah.
And in these sessions, you get healing. You get to do basically. It's basically, and I'm teaching you how to use your mind. And like I can give you ideas all day long, but at some point, I want you to start being like, this is what. Like I've been doing that with my students, like
Uh-huh.
now. And one of the sessions, one of the guys, he ventured off. He's like, my eye was hurting me, so I went and did some healing my eye. I'm like, oh, look at you knowing what to do now. And it's wonderful to see people thinking outside of their mind, like outside, like, okay, I can do this, I can do that. Anything is possible in this
Yeah.
quantum realm, and we do
Yes.
quantum. So that's where a lot of the healing is we
Hmm.
get higher. We have to get higher off planets to get to these realms, get some healing done. So that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I don't have
I'm
a whole
definitely
lot.
interested in that for sure.
Yeah, you should join us. You can be a paying member if you choose to, or if money's funny and you want to just join, you can also do that. Is fine, or take a donation. I don't care, whatever your heart is called to do.
Uh-huh.
I just put it out there because it's something that I eventually want to offer. I mean, honestly, we are the real Star Trekkies, by the way. Did you like our outfits and stuff on the ship? Did it look
Yeah.
classy and spacey?
Yes,
Uh,
I love it.
I love it. This is what life is all about for me. So yeah, whenever
Yeah.
you want to, take a journey and get out of this three, that's why I tell people, don't let this world get to you, because
Yeah.
it's all an illusion. It is.
Yes.
And we can change our perception and we can manifest anything we want into this life. Actually, I've been manifesting things into my life my whole life, good and bad, but now mostly good, you
Yes.
know? But yeah, I do this so I can help empower people, show you what you're capable of, what your mind is capable of. Like you don't need to wait for Elon to take you to Mars. Like you want to go
Right.
to Mars? I'll take you to Mars. I've been
Right.
there a few times. I know my way there. Yeah, this is just the ultimate for me. And it makes my heart like so happy. I could just cry tears of joy to see another
Uh,
experience this. It's hard to put it into words to tell people what it is, but you know, you kind of have an idea now, right?
Hmm. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I want to do it again.
You didn't have to stop to go pee, which is ironic, which is
I,
interesting because you didn't have any attachments. You're actually doing your work pretty damn good. You
yeah,
didn't have anything that I needed to like really get crazy with, which is unusual. It's not unheard of, but it's unusual. And they're
yeah,
usually people that are connected to higher angelic. So the fact that you are connected to the angelic realm, things like that, they've got your back. They're going to make
yeah.
sure.
I'm like, I
So
feel like
next
we've been
time,
working on it for a while, for a while. And if something did come up, I would know, even consciously, like, I would feel like something like that attached. And sometimes I do if I've been around a certain person, and then
yeah.
like, and I work through it and I get rid of it. But no, I felt okay with that. But I think it was interesting to also have validated just like the depression and everything. It's wear and tear. It's like I said in the when I, in the session, and then like just the feeling of like missing home and everything, it can really wear on you, and yeah, so there's a lot of things that were said in there that I didn't even realize. I was like, whoa, really? Like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's so true. Like wanting to be alone in nature kind of thing, and how that really helps heal me and everything. And I just have to, I guess I'm going to be manifesting that good, like healing spot, finding a spot out there that helps me feel like I'm alone. Nobody else is around, so I don't have to worry about them. And I can get my healing in for, the
Where do
five.
you live?
Colorado Springs. So we do have the mountains and everything, but they're very popular. A lot of these hiking trails, things like that. Like, there's a lot of people out there being active, and that's great, but it's like I need to find that spot that's like my own.
Yeah. I used to live in Colorado Springs. I'm in Vermont. And but your guys' mountains are different than our mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, Vermont mountains are very leafy and beautiful and, just, and ours are very rocky and jagged,
It's
like the
like it's
Rockies, they are the
like
Rockies.
a desert, but a mountain. Like, you know, the
Yes.
desert, a little bit of grass and a little bit
Yes.
like
And
weeds.
then mountains. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my son's there right now, actually.
In Colorado?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, he's getting ready to leave. He's got to move to upstate California. He's in the military. He's in the
Upstate
military.
California.
Yeah,
That's a
for
really
3 years.
another beautiful place.
I know. Well, he's going to be in the mountain area, so he's not going to be like
Nice.
an area. He's going to be, I think he said Modesto. I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So very
well,
pretty.
I have got to run. I got to go get my
Yeah.
daughter. I just want to say thank you. I'm
Yes.
glad
Thank
that you
you.
did me with your soul
Yeah.
journey. You
Yes.
know.
I know. I think we're going to be doing a lot together. So I'm sorry. I'm like a little spacey. I'm like, what?
No, it's okay. It's
Like trying
perfect.
to still come back in
Normal.
and
I know. I'm like just jumping in, like, tell me. No, you definitely have to get yourself together and relax and just take it
yeah.
all in and all that good stuff. I'm just super excited for you. And I'm really hyper
Thank
anyway.
you.
So I get super excited
I
when a
love it.
person comes right out. I'm like,
I love
yes, you
it.
have an amazing journey. So
Oh,
yeah,
thank you so
um,
much.
let me go ahead and stop this for
Okay.
everybody. And then